Here is how to make custom transfer sheets. Transfers are a great way to get some crisp, extra details on your models. Anything from small numbers to large pieces of graffiti are fair game and easy to do. First, you'll need some transfer paper. Just make sure to get the kind that works in your printer. So, if you have a laser printer, get the laser variety. If you have an inkjet, use inkjet. Also, make sure to double and triple check that you choose clear. I've added an Amazon link to the one I use. One note about inkjet is that you'll need to spray the transfer with 2 to 3 thin coats of gloss varnish after printing. Otherwise, the transfer will not come off the paper correctly. The first step is to use your computer to create the designs you want on the sheet. I like making the transfer sheets in Illustrator, which allows me to easily create custom images and really pack things onto the sheet. But I'll show you later how to do all this in something like Word or Google Docs. Checkerboards are very easy to make. Just copy and paste a bunch of black squares around. If you hold Alt while moving and dragging an object, it creates a copy. I like making a few different sizes of checkerboards. Making numbers is easy. Just measure the size you'll need on your model, make a box with the right dimensions, and add text. I find that 3mm wide works pretty well for guard-sized shoulder pads, and 5mm wide is great for Marines. Again, I suggest making different size numbers in case you want to put them on vehicles, walls, or some other third thing. I was making a crescent moon symbol for the space dwarf in my last video, and decided to pivot to make this little piece of graffiti. Astrobulb was born. Note that I could make the background show through Astrobulb's helmet because it had a lighter color. Without getting too complicated, laser printers won't print white. Instead of white, it doesn't use any ink, because paper is usually white, so on transfer sheets, any white areas are just left as clear areas devoid of any ink. So, if you want the transfer to have white in it, you'll need a special cartridge of white ink, which can be quite expensive. A few years ago I found a guy on Reddit who had access to one of these special printers, and I was able to get some really nice white transfers made. So, if you really need the transfer to have white, just ask around. Make sure you leave space around the edges of the paper as a margin, so every image is fully included when you print. If you don't have Illustrator, you can do this easily in a word processor. Type whatever numbers or words you want to use, and use the little rulers to check sizing. Then you can copy and paste a bunch. You can also copy and paste royalty-free and legally distinct images into Word and size them. Same goes for checkers. Just look up checker pattern and add it to the project. Once you have your transfer sheet made, you can get to printing. It's as easy as loading the transfer paper into the printer shiny side up, and selecting actual size as the scale, so everything is the same size as you designed it, and pressing print. A custom transfer sheet to add to your dudes. The quality will depend on your printer. Also, for some reason my printer brutalizes the corner of the paper, but that's okay. I guess I should show you how to apply these bad boys to a model. I recommend preparing your model by applying some clear gloss varnish to the area you're going to apply the transfer to help protect the layer of paint underneath and create a smooth surface. Also, if you're adding something like a checker pattern, you can measure the area you're going to add the transfer to so you have the right amount. Not too little and not too much. With a sharp knife, cut out the transfer as close as you can to the design. Soak the transfer in water for about a minute. And then apply the transfer to the model. I like using tweezers to slide the transfer off the backing a little bit, and then grabbing the overhang. For big transfers, I like to bring the transfer to the model, slide a little off the backing, and use the backing to make sure it properly gets onto the model. Big transfers can oftentimes curl and stick to itself. Also, this astrobulb transfer is a good example of how gray will turn out basically transparent since printers don't use white ink. You can barely see the light beam and stars, if at all, because there was too much white in there. Once it's in a spot you like, take some microsol and add a little over the top. This will soften the transfer and make sure it lies as flat as possible. It'll be shiny, but you can either brush or airbrush on some matte varnish. Also, if you plan on using any washes, it can help doing so after all the transfers are all on, so they have the same weathering as the rest of the model. And that's all there is to it. If you think I missed anything or have any hot tips, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. Check out all my affiliate links in the description to get some stuff, save money, and help support the channel. Much appreciated. Alright, bye-bye.